Hi friends, Mrs. Musalami here and my dog Luna, and we're here to talk to you today about similes, one of my favorite types of figurative language that many poets include in their poems. And so a simile is basically a figure of speech that compares two different things. It can be as simple as just using the words as or like to compare two different things. So an example would be, he was hungry as a bear. She was busy as a bee. Jam is sticky as honey. The house is as tall as a tree. Stars twinkle like diamonds. Those are similes because it's helping you to visualize something by giving you a comparison. So if I use the example hungry as a bear, it helps you to understand just how hungry someone might be because bears can eat a lot. I'm going to walk you through how to make a simile self poem. So this example I found online goes like this. I'm as quick as a cheetah. My eyes are as blue as the ocean. My ears can hear like a rabbit. My brain is as smart as a scientist. My nose can smell like a bear. My heart is as big as an elephant. So think about each of those lines and what makes it a simile. So for example, that first line, I am as quick as a cheetah. Remember, a simile should have the word as or like. So it's comparing this person to a cheetah. Why? Because cheetahs are quick. And I'm guessing this person must be quick too. Same with each of the other lines. Which one is your favorite and why? Notice how they all either have as or like to compare two different things. So when you sit down to create your own simile self poem, I want you to follow this format. In this chart, on the left-hand side, you're going to brainstorm some traits that describe you. They could be physical traits, how you look, or your outward appearance. They could be personality traits, like your character, your inside, how you behave, kind of like when we worked on character traits in our books, reading about characters in stories. Or they could even be things you like to do. So I'll show you what I mean in a second. On the right-hand side, you're putting things that remind you of that trait. Try for nouns, people, places, or things. So here's mine. Here's how I did it. Some traits to describe me, I put red hair, I put happy, creative, blue eyes, love my daughter, love crafting. So as you can see, it's a combination between physical traits, like my red hair and blue eyes, my personality traits, I'm happy, I'm creative, and then some things that I love or like. I love my daughter and I love crafting. And so on the right-hand side, this is the tricky part. This is where you can get creative. So for red hair, I was trying to brainstorm things that also are red or that might look like my hair. And so I wrote a fire or a flame. For happy, I was trying to think of what reminds me of someone super happy. And so I wrote a kid on Christmas morning, because I know when I was younger, that was the best morning of the whole entire year was Christmas morning. Creative. So for creative, I was thinking, an inventor or an artist. Blue eyes, sky, ocean. And as you can see, love my daughter. And I was thinking of someone else in the animal kingdom, an animal that loves their children or their young and are very protective. So I thought of a mother bear. And then last but not least, I love crafting. And I said, what else loves something? A flower loves the sun. A flower needs the sun, right? Yeah. And so that chart filled out, you can go ahead and get started writing your own simile self poem. And so what I would recommend is starting and ending the poem with I am and then your name. So for example, I am Mrs. Moose. And then I did that again at the end. I am Mrs. Moose. Then in each line of your poem, try using either of the following sentence frames to describe your trait and your simile. So here's where you're going to put your traits and your similes in. And so you could either use I am, I have, and then plus your simile, as or like. So here's the example. I am Mrs. Moose. I have red hair as red as a blazing fire. I am happy like a kid on Christmas morning. I am creative like an inventor. I have eyes as blue as the sky. I love my daughter like a mother bear loves her cubs. I love crafting as much as the flowers love the sun. I am Mrs. Moose. If you like using similes, and this was fun for you, try writing another poem about something else, a different topic. Here's one final example of a simile poem I found online. Someone wrote about the colors of the rainbow. A rainbow is as red as rose in a garden, is as orange as the sun on a hot day, is as yellow as my clock in school, is as green as grass on a field, is as blue as the sky up high, is as violet as my coloring pen. So hopefully you're feeling inspired and you are going to go write your own simile poem. Think about all the topics you could write one about. Don't forget to share it with me if you write one. I would love to see your amazing work.
Write some poetry.
Write some poetry. See you later.